Hi, my name is Suzanne Atkinson and I'm an author. I have a few other videos up on YouTube. I've written 6 other books before this one, but I didn't get a chance to do a video reading of No Visible Means last year. It was just one of those years. So this year I'm going to share with you a reading from No Visible Means, Stella Kirk Mystery number 1. It's a cozy mystery. It was released last March. I did do launches, but I never had a chance to do a video. So here we go. I'm going to read you the back cover and a couple of quotes to give you some inspiration, and then I'll read you a bit starting from the beginning. Witnesses saw her come home, but she's gone. Both the outside trailer door and the interior screen door are secured from the inside. Stella Kirk, owner of the Shale Cliffs RV Park, tackles the mystery with a vengeance. Her skills rest with her innate ability to ask the right question and fill in the gaps when no answers have been given. Aidan North, the police detective and her high school sweetheart, investigate with her help. Nick Cochran, her park manager who yearns to be so much more, supports her efforts. Read the first Stella Kirk mystery. Be part of the journey to answer the question, what has become of Lorraine Young? Now, I always start a book with a couple of quotes. There's clues embedded in the quotes, and that's why I do that. The first one, greed is a much more subtle vice than simply the desire to be rich. Stanley Hauerwas said that. They say that abandonment is a wound that never heals. I say only that an abandoned child never forgets. Mario Balotelli said that. So you keep those in mind as you're reading the story. So we're going to start at the beginning. I always like to do a reading as close to the beginning as I can. I don't like to give anything away. So here we go. The chapter is called She Might Be Sleeping. The pressures of mounting debt, insufficient electricity, and aging water pumps weigh on Stella's mind. Nick's puzzled expression when he kissed her forehead and returned to the manager's cottage troubles her as much as deteriorating RV park infrastructure. Reluctant to fall in love again, Stella reminds herself on a regular basis that Nick is 9 years her junior and their relationship is likely a lark for him. When he finds a better job, he'll be gone. No need for their affair to be obvious in front of her employees. Stella Kirk, co-owner of the Shale Cliffs RV Park, sits in the living room of her big house, which serves as a staff meeting spot, office, and reception for the seasonal business. Dying embers in the old stone fireplace blink, reminding her of neon lights. She misses her life in the city and yearns for the safety of a regular paycheck. Her goal was to become an investigative journalist. She has the university degree to prove it. Long before she found an opportunity to climb above the barriers of obituaries and local community events into the complications of criminal behavior, the call came from her father. Her mother died. He needed her in the business. Summer camping season 1980 officially starts tomorrow. The old woman heaves her hefty frame out of the lawn chair to add more split wood to the fire, sputtering inside the confines of a rusted truck rim. Sparks jump up to meet her. She turns her face to avoid a sting as Lorraine Young pulls her 1977 black Malibu in beside the neighboring trailer. "Hello?" Mildred attempts a flappy-armed wave when Lorraine slams the car door and walks over to her unit's entry stairs. The greeting goes unnoticed. Mildred Fox squints through the haze of smoke produced by her smoldering campfire and the Craven A menthol dangling from her pursed lips. A scarred plastic tumbler holds 2 inches of cheap scotch disguised as lemonade. It sits on a rusty patio table at her elbow. Grunting with the effort, she bends to peer at her bare legs and feet, naked below the hem of her signature caftan. She wishes she could find a way to be rid of the purple varicose veins that crawl the length of both calves. She also regrets she didn't remember to make an appointment for a pedicure before her move to the RV park for the summer. Her yellowed toenails are gnarly, even considering her own minimal expectations. Dusk moves in fast. It's still too early in the season for most people to live full-time out at the beach. They prefer a weekend or a few days at most. It gets cold at night in the middle of May, but Mildred doesn't care. Every year she's anxious to relocate from her subsidized seniors apartment in town to her broken down holiday trailer at Shale Cliffs RV Park. Park owner Stella Kirk will be after her to clean up the yard and get her rotten deck fixed. There's not much money, and at 80, little she's able to do for herself. She pays a guy to move her stuff in his truck, set up her water and power, flush her sewer tank, and check the place over to make sure it survived yet another winter. The trailer is a bright green and white 1956 Cardinal. It's only 15 feet long and barely has the basics, but it belongs to her. Despite its age at 24 years, her can on wheels has served her well. Back in the day, she drove a pickup and pulled it across the country by herself. She and the Cardinal are old friends. Mildred knows Lorraine won't come out and join her. She's polite enough most of the time, but avoids wood smoke, so never comes near when Mildred has a fire. Mildred loves her fires and often builds one before noon. The kitchen light blinks on and then goes out again in the trailer next door. Lorraine probably had a long day at the bank. It's after 9:30 on the Friday before the Victoria Day weekend. Mildred hopes the young woman had supper with her boyfriend and wasn't at work until this hour. Every time her thoughts linger on her athletic and petite park neighbor, she remembers her lot in life, old, alone, wrinkled, and spent. On the other hand, Lorraine is advancing her career. She takes good care of herself and from the sounds of their limited casual conversations, is ready to make a commitment to her boyfriend. What's his name? Rhymes with heaven. Kevin. Mildred finds it harder to remember names and places these days. Her mind isn't what it used to be. Lorraine Young is well known in the park. She's a seasonal resident like Mildred. One major difference between the women, besides the 50-year age gap, is Lorraine rents her little apartment to tourists or casual workers for the summer. She lives at Shale Cliffs and goes to town each day for work. When she has her 2 weeks of vacation, Mildred gets to see more of her. They become regular trailer neighbors for a short time. Lorraine has a reputation. She's very particular. She's fashionable. All her outfits are paired with coordinated shoes and purses. Being security conscious, she keeps her doors and windows locked. Mildred is privy to this because Lorraine replaced the window in the bedroom of her almost new trailer with one designed to lock the second it closes. It has special buttons and can't be accessed from the outside. Mildred isn't sure why Lorraine's afraid someone might break in when she's asleep or away. Mildred tosses the butt of her cigarette into the fire, readjusts her bottom within the confines of her chair, and reaches for the grubby comforter she wraps herself in when the air starts to turn chilly. She snuggles into her quilt and lights another menthol. Her scotch is gone, but she's done for the night. Sparks jump and sputter. She watches the smoke spiral straight up. There isn't a breath of wind, unusual for this time of year near the ocean. The waves lap on the beach. The tide is on the way out. She wonders why Lorraine didn't wave. She must be preoccupied. Busy girls usually are. The radio says the weekend will be perfect. So that's all I'm going to read to you. I hope it's piqued your interest. Book 1, like I say, has been available for a year. And I'm going to do a second video and I'm going to share with you a little bit of book 2, which came out this year, but of course, because of circumstances beyond all of our controls, I haven't been able to do a launch. Talk soon. Thanks.